think we are live on Facebook now. So let's go ahead and get started. So, hey, everybody, thank you so much for coming today. My name is Rick Guerrero. I am with Neighborhood Loans, and I am here with some incredible guests. First, we have Miss Ellen Rogers of Marino and Associates. If you don't know Ellen, you need to get to know her. Screenshot her face, screenshot her name, look her up. Actually, Ellen, put your contact info in the chat box. That's what you should do. So reach out to Ellen. Ellen has helped us put together this event. She's actually the secret sauce behind this entire event, getting us together. We had an idea, and Ellen helped us make it possible. And then our keynote speaker today is none other than the incredible Blake Jones. Blake is a wizard on Canva. And honestly, I'm glad everybody showed up to this event to participate. But honestly, we just put this event on so I can learn how to use Canva. And I made it a fake event so we can invite people in. But I just wanted to learn how to use Canva, and I knew Blake was amazing, so that's why I'm kidding. But Blake is here. He's going to show some Canva tips and tricks and show us how to get better at using Canva to grow our business. So Blake, I'm going to turn it over to you. I will be moderating the chat box. So if anybody has any questions, if anybody has any thoughts they want to ask about, put it in the chat box and I'll interrupt Blake, or during pausing moments, I'll ask him your questions. So Blake, take it over. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And that's a really great idea to interrupt me throughout the workshop. I definitely want this to be interactive, and then we will definitely do a 10 or 15-minute Q&A after this presentation. So if you do want to kind of follow along on your own Canva account, please go ahead and get that up on a different screen. But as Rick said, yes, my name is Blake Jones. I'm definitely a Canva wizard. I started Canva in 2015. And so it's been a great tool for me, and I'll share a little bit about what that is in just a moment. But first, who else am I? I'm an Atlanta broker. I've been the broker and founder of House of Modern Realty since 2023. And a decade before that, I was a top producing agent here in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm really excited to have the guest be only realtors today for the most part. So thank you all for being here. A special thank you for Marino and Associates, and specifically Ellen Rogers. She's a great friend of mine who I've met a couple of years ago, and I have closed countless of deals with Marino and Associates. They become our primary closing partner with House of Modern Realty, and a lot of my agents use them as well because they are absolutely impeccable. And Neighborhood Loans with Rick, thank you so much for putting this together. I look forward to working with you in the future. Yesterday, we had an opportunity to meet for the first time, and your values, your integrity definitely puts you on my radar to get to know your services a lot more. So thank you both for being here.
Thank you. I just strive to be more like Ellen. And I think if we all do that, we'll all be super successful in business and life.
I hear you. I hear you.
No,
And for anyone else, I think we have about 24 people here. Thank you so much for being here. You're diving into your business and education, and I think that is absolutely incredible. And what I love about this modern twist is we're all here on Zoom, and we can go and apply this into our real lives. If you were to say that we were doing this probably 5 to 8 to 10 years ago, that we were learning in a very high level digital group and applying this high level knowledge into our immediate social circle, a lot of outdated realtors would have thought we were absolutely crazy. And it's my personal belief that not that digital is the only way, but digital is a huge emphasis. So Canva is a great place to start your comfort zone with digital opportunity if you're not quite there yet. The second best opportunity is AI. A lot of people have a variety of opinions on AI, and they have a lot of opportunity to learn what AI can really do for you. I'll tell you what it's not, Canva nor AI. It's not a copy and paste tool. It's a guide. If you're not using Canva and AI and any digital tool appropriately, you're going to be spotted a mile away, and that's not the vibe you want in your marketing materials. So if you want to learn more about AI, just put AI and a thumbs up emoji in the chat. And Rick or Christine is one of my personal assistants. She'll take note, and we can create an AI workshop with this group. And if y'all want to do something ongoing, I know that Rick and Ellen would probably support me in doing that. And we can do monthly classes for you. So today's big
I'm already setting up the flyer, Blake,
for
AI next month.
And use Canva for that flyer.
Well, I guess I'll start setting up the flyer after the class then.
I love it. I love it. So today's emphasis is going to be on Canva. And if you have any questions or want something specifically discussed, please definitely put that into the chat. And at the end, like I said, and Rick said it as well, we'll open this up to more of a collaboration. But let's get through some of the training first. So, what is Canva? Canva is a graphic designer application. It was founded in Australia in 2013. The savings on Canva is astronomical. So, for an average agent, I'm talking your basic production of volume can save anywhere from 15 to $25,000 per year in marketing material just by plugging into Canva. Now imagine if you're writing a lot more business, or you have a ton of businesses, or you've got that entrepreneurial spirit, and not a ton of businesses, a ton of transactions. But if you have that entrepreneurial spirit and have a ton of businesses, you also can use Canva in multiple ways, saving you an average of that $15,000 to $25,000 per company. So you're looking at a massive savings. What's also interesting about Canva is your most respected graphic designers are using Canva at this point because it's been around for over 10 years. And so therefore, we are able to truly feel confident in the Canva platform. Just to break it down and where those savings are coming from a real estate perspective, your brochures are going to run anywhere from $300 to $800 for average production. Your social media kits are going to run anywhere from $250 to $1,000. Your business cards are $100 to $300. So imagine you be able to do all of that for a significant less amount of money. I don't want to say free because there are paying opportunities within Canva and you have to do your own printing and stuff. But imagine saving 90% of costs on something as simple as a business card. That would be astronomical. Then you could take those savings and pop those into more marketing, more tchotchkes, or just next level education or opportunity for your clients. So you're really doing a lot of money moving from expenses to value. So Canva is a great tool for that. I want to show you one quick thing of what the ultimate result could look like in a print, not a print, but more of a graphic opportunity. But Canva can also do great things from video to different types of tchotchkes. So here's an example. I write handwritten notes every single week to my clients and my agents, and I always do a wax stamp at the end. So if you look very closely, you'll see that's my logo. And we designed this on Canva. So Canva can become something tangible like a wax stamp. You can do different types of tchotchkes. Here's a Marino and Associates coaster. This can be made on Canva. What's really cool is you could take it to the next level. And I want to show you a website. I have a company that a great friend of mine and I are launching, and it's called Modern Admin Hub. I'm about to show you a website. The entire website was created on Canva. So I'm going to do a different screen share, and let
While
me.
you're doing that, I'm going to drop the link to my YouTube channel because my logo was designed on an AI Canva integration.
That's
And
cool.
I just told it what I wanted to do, and it created this logo for me. And now that's the logo for my YouTube podcast channel.
It is so crazy. Just all the
Yep.
tools that are available to us. And I love AI. I love Canva, and what it can really do. My only personal advice on any digital platform, use these things as tools, not a lifeline in your business. These are guiding tools. Otherwise, you're going to look like everybody else. Because what's interesting about AI, as hyper personalized as it really is, it's a database, it's an algorithm. And if you don't know how to prompt it well, and you do the same prompts or the average prompts as anybody else would do, you're going to come up with the exact same results. I've noticed four brokerages here in Atlanta who are all marketing the exact same verbiage and sponsoring it on Facebook. And I called a friend of mine. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? They had no idea the other people are doing the exact same things, because what's happening is these brokerages are prompting AI the exact same way, and they're not being creative. And you might have seen this on Facebook. There's several brokerages using the exact same outcomes. And so that's why you want to use it as a guiding tool. And one of the reasons I'm putting an emphasis on AI is there are AI capabilities within Canva. There's AI capabilities in your email at this point. So you really do want to get familiar with the tools and use them as guiding tools. All right, so real quick to show you what can happen and then we'll get into starting some Canva tutorials. This is the website. This entire thing was created using Canva. This is a modern admin hub. It's an
Oh,
administrative closing
wow.
coordination company that my great friend and I, Christine and I, have created the last several months, and we're launching. And we're in the process of doing that right now. And it's a closing coordination to help you get more contracts funneled through behind the scenes so you can focus on sales and marketing and learning Canva. But this whole thing was used on Canva. And so we just broke it down and we used a lot of the imagery and we designed this using Canva. You get the exact same fantastic website opportunities as any other website. Now, does this look a little bit less fancy as other websites? Of course. But guess what? This website cost me $1,000 to make, whereas this website cost $8,000 to make by a graphic designer. And you can tell the level of expertise. So at the end of the day, this is a really fantastic opportunity to reach out to get some help. But at the end of the day, if you are on a budget or just don't want to spend the money, that's not a bad website right here.
No, I think that's incredible. I would take that website all day long. When you said $1,000, I wasn't sure what it cost you to make, but I know to get a custom made website by a designer and everything, like you're spending over 5 grand. So
Oh,
this is
yeah,
something that like many people can use in the beginning season of their career. It still looks incredible. It still looks great. It still looks professional. And then as they scale their business, if they want to upgrade, they can. Um,
absolutely.
and I've been looking to create a website for myself for the past 6 months, and it's freaking expensive. I had no clue you could do it in Canva. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, you can absolutely do it all in Canva, and based on the again the prompts and the setup, you can really turn this out in probably a week or so if you don't really know what you're doing. Now, where the money comes in on a free product, because Canva does have a free option, is when you get levels of expertise. So I didn't want to spend the time on plugging this into GoDaddy or wherever. So that's where some of those costs can come in from. But you can design everything right here for free on Canva. And we're going to go ahead and start with simpler things, but you can go all out with Canva. So it's really, really interesting and it's exciting. So thanks for letting me share that a little bit and do a shameless plug for this closing coordinating company. But at the end of the day, we do pride ourselves on using the tools that we teach. And so therefore can understand these are very great tools that we definitely believe in as well. And I hope you do or hope you do too. Okay, so with a thumbs up, if you're on camera, and can y'all see the Mastering Canva for Beginners slide?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, great. All right, so this is Mastering Canva for Beginners, designed with confidence, no experience needed. And I will be able to meet you where you're at. One thing that I would like to offer at the end of this is, like I said, the Q&A, but also if you want 15 or 30 minutes to kind of pick my brain a little bit on your skill set using Canva, please reach out to me. And if someone could put my contact information in the chat box, I'd appreciate it. My email is blake@houseofmodernrealty.com. And if you want to get in touch with me, just shoot me an email and I'll do a one-on-one with you. No problem. So to get started, let's at least get everyone an account. So a great way to do this is to first, okay, there we go. Make sure you have an account. All right, so here we go. I'm going to walk through some of the slides first and kind of get us caught back up. So this is Mastering the Canva for Beginners. Welcome and what to expect. This workshop is for you if you've never used Canva or you have an overwhelming if you feel overwhelmed by design in general. You're going to love the templates that Ellen has mentioned several times in her marketing. And you want to be able to create beautiful graphics without a designer. So we're going to show you some of the basics, and then by the end of today, you'll be able to navigate Canva more like a pro, and you'll be able to, this is really cool. We'll make sure that you are confident walking away where you can create social media posts, flyers, a presentation if you want to, and more. And not to brag, however, I just want to explain something. This presentation you're going to see today is bare bones basic, and it took about 11 minutes to create. So it doesn't even need to take you a long time if you do this one thing I'm about to share with you. Start from where you are. And if you have never done anything graphics related, or you're not too, not computer savvy, but like app savvy, you don't want to go out and try to create your own. Use your templates. It's okay to have the bare bones and the basic content out there, because at the end of the day, people are leaning into your value as a professional. Some of the greatest producers here in Atlanta, outside of real estate as well, their graphics aren't that good. They are just not that creative professional, but they're top producers. Why? Because people buy the value of their skill set. So what I'm going to show you today is the template versions and get you familiar with Canva as a whole. And once you master that, you can go to the next level, but don't try to get too creative too fast, because you'll get overwhelmed, you'll get agitated, and you'll go back to um, spending money on hiring people to do what you could do for free. The workshop outline today is Intro to Canva. We're going to take a tour of the dashboard. Templates are going to be your best friend. We're going to talk about the basics of design, and we're going to work with images and elements, and then some of the basic foundational um, activities you do in Canva: saving, downloading, sharing designs. And then we're going to do a little hands-on stuff. And bonus tip will be I'm going to help you create a brand kit, a very basic one. So it will make your life easier. So you can have the same look every time you go and do a graphic design, and then we'll wrap it up. But in the meantime, if you have a question, let's take a little breather and kind of get the room getting active and going. If you have a question, feel free to take yourself off of mute, or and put yourself on screen if you're comfortable, and ask any questions, just to make sure that we get you what you came here to do for. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
As of now, I see no questions in the chat, but we'll just give everybody a minute or two.
Don't be shy.
Joe Hammond Swain said, so is the website hosted on Canva? He
That's a
just,
really great question. You can build on Canva, but then your website will have to be hosted through a domain host. GoDaddy, I think, is one of the more popular ones. I will use Namecheap, and there's several others, but those are the two primary ones that I use. That's a great question. Anything else in the chat, or does anyone want to come on in the next 10 seconds before we move on? All right.
Name cheap works, somebody said.
Say that again. Oh, Namecheap. NAMESCHEAP.com. That's a great place to host websites, and then to also buy domains for a fraction of the cost um, than what GoDaddy would have you pay, for example. And the reason is because Namecheap is just the domain. GoDaddy is a bunch of other services that they want to incorporate. So where you could get for $8 a domain name, you're probably going to pay $25 minimum on GoDaddy or those other platforms similar to that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share a different screen at this point. And we will actually do it this way. All right, Ellen, can you see my screen? Thumbs up.
thank you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the first thing is how to get started. What you want to do is, everyone can see my Canva website. You want to go to canva.com, and you're going to follow the prompts to get you a username. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can use an email, a phone number, or any app that you have like Facebook or Google. It's going to prompt you, how do you want to sign up? You're then going to put in your credentials. You're then going to get a code to that primary email, and then you're going to pop it in to the code block, and then you're going to end up here. So once again, go to canva.com, sign up, get the code, and you'll end up here. What you want to do is you want to be able to use Canva for free for right now. I went years without spending money. The only reason I started paying, I think, $12 a month is because it does allow you better graphics. And interestingly, even though I pay for the monthly subscription for Canva, I still use a lot of the free graphics because they're that good. I also know the upload and download feature, so I can also pop up my own graphics. So, just figure out what's best for you. But your first year, you don't need to pay for anything. What you want to do is X out of here, and then you are at the primary Canva dashboard. And what I recommend you doing before you start building is truly understand what the dashboard is. Okay. So on the left, when you have an account, all of these trial opportunities will kind of go away. And this is where your elements are going to sit. But for right now, on the far left, you have this little tool bar, and it's going to be broken down into your primary dashboard, your projects, templates, your brand, apps, and Dreamlab. And again, all you want to do is focus on the top and work yourself down. That's the level of importance. Okay. And then right here in the middle is going to be where all your projects await as you build them. If you are ADHD and don't care about a mess, I say just build it and roll with it. If you are a very strong type A personality, there is a filing system that you can break your Canva projects down. It's absolutely incredible. It's not my vibe, but my assistants love it because I will build a lot of stuff and they can file it in to which company I'm using or which project I'm using. And what's really cool, you could break it down to your listings. So let's just assume that you have 10 listings coming up and they're all completely different. Well, those are going to take different graphics. So you could break it down into files. So file number one could be 123 Main Street. File number two is 555 Elm, so on and so forth. And that way you can keep your projects separated. And then when you come to this dashboard, you'll be able to say, all right, what am I working on today? And then you'll go into that dashboard specifically for that project. All right. And if you have any questions, please put them up into the chat and Rick or Ellen will help keep an eye on those for us. All right. So what you want to do is to create your own design, follow the very user-friendly and simple prompts that Canva has incorporated for us. And what you want to do is just start as simple as possible and create a design. All I did was click that button. And then you can come up here and get a variety of different designs, Instagram posts, presentations, flyers, logos, so on and so forth. And you just pick what you're wanting to do. For right now, we're going to start simple and you're going to click again. I'm going to just choose logo for right now. And then it's going to bring you into the canvas part, and it's typically going to be blank. In the beginning, read these little tutorials. They're very, very helpful, and they're going to get you comfortable with using Canva. All right. So what you want to do is read through these. So it says start a template, and then it's going to point to you of how to use your Canva. This platform is super cool. Then you're going to hit next, and then it's going to show you where else you can learn how to do things. And so as you can see, it's walking you through. And then the fourth thing is going to be way up here. It's going to prompt you to share and download it. All right. And you don't have to do that. You could just X out over here. And when you got it, you got it. All right. So what's really cool about the Canva is wherever your mouse is, or whatever you're working on is what's going to be outlined in purple. So right now there's nothing here. And so therefore the whole thing is outlined in purple. What I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but if you're starting to get confused on if there's a lot of elements here and you're getting confused, well, which element am I working on? Look for the purple outline, okay? If you have your outline and it's purple, but you still can't quite get to it, a little trick you'll want to do is layer it so that it can be pulled forward or pushed back so you can actually get to the graphic you want to. And I'll teach you some of this in the tools in just a moment. All right, so on the left, when you're inside a project, the toolbar starts to kind of expand. So now you see that you have elements and you have text. All you want to do is pretty much follow the prompts of what's next. What's the next logical step? So in this example, it would be to add text. So when you kind of follow the purple, if you will, you're going to click something, and then it's going to populate on your canvas what you clicked. So in this example, it's your paragraph text. So you can do whatever you want to do. If you're writing text, go ahead and start writing text. Now, what's interesting is you see how that purple's popping up? That means when you click it, you're going to go to that, and then the purple on the canvas goes away. Okay? Because right now you're working on the entire canvas, and then you break it down to the little element within the canvas, and you can see the purple outline. So that purple outline is really good. So when you start to panic, just look for the purple outline. Okay, so now you're like, okay, how do I personalize this or make it more like me? In that moment of working on that element, you're going to have another toolbar pop up. And this is going to be broken down just like any Word or Google Doc situation. Here's your different styles. And what's really cool about Canva is it writes the actual design, or it shows the actual design. Okay. So it's going to look like Anton, for example, is going to look like that. Okay. And if you want to see what that looks like in your own word, go ahead and click it. But this is really visually cool that you can see what the font's going to look like instead of the outdated way of just a bunch of names and you having to figure it out. So this will also save you a lot of time. Okay. So you can personalize it. On your toolbar, you can make things bigger or smaller. You can, let's change this up real quick. You can make things bold, italics, or underline. You can change the color to anything you want. We'll stick with purple. If you don't like the colors that are offered to you, type in your color here at the top and you'll get only blue and blue matching colors. So that's where Canva is pretty cool. If you want to add a new color, you can click add a new color right here, and then you can move and slide and change the colors. What's super cool, let's pretend you have an exact brand color that you have to get out there. What's cool about Canva, you don't have to try to figure it out and get close. You can make all of your graphics uniform from the very beginning by putting up your hex code. Okay. Then what you can do is save that hex code, and now you'll always have that hex code. You can also add it to your brand colors. And now it's there forever. So it's really cool. Any questions in the chat that I'm missing so far?
Nope. Good to go.
All right. So what you can do is you can also start to get your content aligned differently. So we all know what that alignment looks like. You can bullet point, you can change the spacing. So that's a really cool gig. Let's just say you can change the line spacing to make it wider or thinner or further away or closer. So that's really great when it comes to making sure everything looks appealing. What's also really cool is you can do transparency. So that's a great way to create shades in your fonts. And then you can do different effects. Okay. And as you get really good, you can change the thickness, the color, and all the things can also be branded as well. You can animate. And then this is what I was talking about earlier. You can position. So let me show you something. What's really cool, again, if it's got the purple outline, you can do anything that you're comfortable with doing. For example, copying and pasting. Okay. So let's say I really need to get to that low, deeper R, if you will, but I can't quite get to it. Don't panic and get frustrated. All you want to do is move your mouse very slowly and try to find the purple outline of what you want to move. Okay. And so that's how you can do that. And let's just say you can't get to it. Let's say it's duplicated exactly the same, but it's just barely off. What you can do is take any purple outline and position it. Then you're going to position it to the back to bring what you want to the front. So then that way you can move that. All right. So you can understand that a little bit better. Let me show you. All right. So let's just say it's barely off and you're like, yeah, this just doesn't look right, but you can't grab that brown version, but you can grab the pink version. Go ahead and position it, put it to the back, and then the brown pops up. You can move it and then delete it. Okay, so that's how you can kind of play around with the different layers. Okay, all right. So what you want to do is get your color, get it all set up, and then what you can do is add elements. So a very basic design is go to elements, and then you can use anything that's suggested. And what's really cool, because Canva is backed by a very high level algorithm and AI, it will start giving you graphics that make sense for you. So within 3 to 5 builds, you're going to have a lot of real estate stuff. Okay. Again, be careful with that because you don't want the same things on your Canva that or marketing that you see, excuse me, in other people's marketing. So what I like to do is I like to go to the search bar and search for other elements that are a little bit deeper down or just not used as much. Okay. So let's just say for easy conversation, I'm looking for a realtor. All of a sudden, here comes all the realtor elements. The elements are broken down in photos, graphics, video, and audio. So again, you can get really high level or you can keep it as basic as you want to. So let's pretend I just want to do sold. And you can also have the toolbars pop up when you have the different elements also outlined. You can change the color of the elements. Okay. Another cool thing of paying feature benefit is you will always have this watermark removed on anything. If you were to not have the paid version, you would have to pay for this and it's like $1. Okay. All right. So as you're working with your different elements, you can, where was I going with that? As you're working with your different elements. You can change the different colors of them as well. Okay. And that's how you use the basic forms of the toolbar. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of that and let's now kind of go in a different direction. All right. What you can also do is you could throw up a cool picture. Again, that watermark will be removed. And a very cool feature when it comes to designing these things, you can stretch them as big or as small as you like. Okay. So let's say you only want to use half of this picture. You can stretch it out, or you can just simply crop it. So that's a really cool feature as well. Okay. As you're building this, you can also change the background to a different color. You can use these gradients or a solid color. And again, you can make these your business colors or your brokerage colors. Okay. So that's a really cool feature. As you're building these, you then can start using different fonts and for different reasons. So you can put just close because we all love that day. And again, you can change these colors. And then you can add different sizes and it's already kind of predetermined for you. And then if it's just still a little too big, you can make it smaller here. And then again, you can change it to whatever color you wish. And as you can see, your canvas is starting to get built And then on the bottom, you can start adding different personal information. Contact me here. Here's my email, text, so on and so forth. So as you can see, with absolutely no effort, you're starting to see an infographic come to fruition with very little skill, very little clicks, and it really is a great tool to give you the bare bones. And what's also cool when it comes to making sure it's spot on size, use the tools that Canva implements, and you can see with that purple line in the middle, it's even, okay? And if you want it spot on in the middle, there's that other tool, okay? So use your graphic lines to make sure everything looks really great. All right, let's take a pause moment and see if there's any questions in the chat, or if anyone wants me to do something specific for them, I'm happy to build something for you there.
Doesn't look like there's any questions as of late.
All right. Well, then we'll keep it moving. All right. So what we covered so far is how to sign up, free versus pro, and an overview of the Canvas screen. The templates are the greatest way to get comfortable using Canva. So let's go ahead and walk through that. So once you have a design built and you don't want to build it anymore, or you want to save it, everything on Canvas saves automatically. You go to what in the graphic world we call a hamburger, and the hamburger is 3 lines right here. And this will, on most apps, but definitely here on Canva, take you to your home screen. What just happened? Okay, there we go. And right there, you will see where that project is saved. For some reason, it's not saving with the actual visual, but let's see if we can refresh it. Typically, it does.
And we do have a question. You get a pausing point. I have.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead with the question.
Can you do something using video?
Yes, I will. Let me get through some of the basics
Yep,
first.
I knew that.
I'll be happy to do that. But to answer the question, if you go right here, you will click the template. Okay. And so you can do all of these templates, docs, whiteboards, presentation, and then whoever asked about video, you click on this tab. And yes, I'll do a video in just a second. All right. So let's say you want to use a flyer. All right. So what you can do is go to the search bar and type in flyer. And it's going to give you all of these really awesome graphics. There's 214 of them. And again, a little pro tip, I like to kind of scroll down and find something that's not at the top because again, I like to stick out a little bit. What you want to do is find the graphic that you're most aligned with and then click it, and then you can start editing it. Pro tip for beginners, don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just use what's there, okay? Because what you're going to do is you're going to start getting ahead of yourself, and then your graphics are going to come across a little wonky. So for now, find the graphic you like the best. Now, let's say with this generic flyer search, you're not finding what you're looking for. What's really cool is you can be specific. So you can put real estate sold flyer. And then all of a sudden, you have a bunch of templates that are specific around your need. And in this example, just sold. Okay. So for easy conversation, let's go ahead and choose this one. Okay. You're going to click it. You're going to get similar options of what your favorite design is. So this is really where the hyper personalization comes in to fruition. And Rick and I were talking about this yesterday. There's 3 major factors of a winning modern entrepreneur, and hyper personalization, the power and knowledge of executing that within your brand, is a top contender. And AI knows this, and Canva knows this. All right. So you're going to like something like this, and then you're going to open up even more options. Okay. A little pro tip to also save your time, pick within 10 seconds a design, because otherwise you're going to spend an hour just searching for the perfect thing. And remember this, posted over perfection. Posted over perfection. Just get your stuff out there. and you don't want to get lost. All right. So to keep things simple, we're going to go ahead and create or customize this template. What's also cool, you can follow the people that design this and learn from them as well. But for easy conversation, you can customize this template. Now, once you have the perfect template, all you want to do is keep it as close to the template as possible. Just personalize it. So for right now, right out of the gate, what I'd probably want to do is, for easy conversation, change the house from the graphic to something I have uploaded for the personal house. All right, so for there, you would go to uploads and then upload your own personal house. And if you know how to work FMLS, how to upload those pictures, it works the same way here. But for easy conversation and tutorial purposes, I'm going to go to Elements. I want to find my perfect house. And let's pretend it's this one. What you want to do is get the house that you want on there. It's going to place it on the canvas, and then you just move it and pop it into the template. You can also double click the template and adjust the house or the picture to make sure everything looks good. So right there, we've already made one change, and it's already flow with me here. It's already personalized, right? Now, let's say I have to change my picture. Again, go to the template, delete the picture, go to uploads, and upload your own headshot. But for right now, we're going to go to Element, and we're going to find, quote, my picture, and click it, or drag it right into the template. So there's two ways to do that. So now you can see how this is starting to become, in this example, hyper personalized. Now what you want to do is just change the basics so it is accurate. All right, so this house actually sold for $550,000. And the way to do that, remember, find your element by moving your mouse so you can get to the purple outline and then click on it. When you click on it, the white dots and lines will populate. And the reason those populate is because now you can adjust the size. Okay. And again, you can crop if you, whoop. Oh, that's a great example. Let's say you get to this and you can't quite get it perfect again. Go to this arrow on the top left and undo what you last did. And it takes you back to center. All right. Then what you want to do is you, like I said, you can crop it. Oh, come on. Let's try it again. There we go. You can crop it and you can, adjust the size accordingly. All right. Let's say you don't like that font. Go back to the first part of this tutorial and click and change the font. Ta-da. There you go. Now it's starting to look more like you. All right. Then what you do is, again, just duplicate the process. Your house that you're marketing is actually 3,698 square feet. And it's got 3 large bathrooms and 2 bathrooms, or 3 large bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. All right. Then you go to the name, and then you change to the phone number. And now all of a sudden, whoop, you now have your personal information on there. All right. Then you take another look at it and you're like, all right, what do I need to change? All right. The address. So we'll do 123 Main Street, Georgia, 30076. Oh, well, that's not, that's the Roswell. Okay. All right. So now let's say this happens and you used more letters in the size given. Just take your line bar, scoot it to the right, and make it one line. Well, now it's off the page. Go up to your toolbar and shrink it down a little bit. And then you're like, it's still off the page, but there's a lot of space here. Come over here and look at your alignment. And again, just like you would on Word or Google Docs or any other platform, you will know how to use these functions. Then you can make it even by using the grid lines within Canva. Okay. And then you're like, oh, I love it, but it's just not popping. This was the example I was showing you earlier. Like I can't get to it. So just take what's purple, go to the position, put that to the back, and watch. I can now grab this easier. I hope y'all saw that. Okay, now you want to make it pop a little bit, just make it bold. All right, now it looks a little too kind of clustered. Use your arrows and bring them down just a smudge. Okay, so those are other great ways you can use the templates. Now what you want to do is go to the last editable, editable, I don't know. Y'all get the point. That's funny. All right, so you want to go to the website and use the prompt. It says really great website. Well, that's your brokerage or your own personal branded website. So houseofmodernrealty.com. So now all of a sudden you took a few minutes to use a template and now you have a perfect post that you could go on any platform with. Okay, it says Instagram, but you can use it on anything. And what's really cool is if you download the app, you then can build this on your computer, then go to your screen, or excuse me, your phone, and get onto the Canva app, screenshot it, and then pop it up onto Facebook or Instagram. And so that is exactly how you get your very first just sold Canva. Another pro tip, always name your projects. Because if you're not careful, it will download as this, and then you might send a PDF named Beige Minimalist Real Estate Agent just sold Instagram post. You don't want to do that. So then what you want to do is change the name of your project to 123 Main Street just sold. All right. So that is how you build your first template. All right. So let's take two questions. If I can have two bold people pop up a question, I would appreciate it just so we can make this a little more personalized. And then we'll go to the next segment. All right. Do we have anyone popping anything in?
Not yet. I am keeping my eyes on the box though.
All right, come on, everyone.
They could also be blown away by all this. Someone said, I have this down.
That is great. Okay.
I've got a question. If you don't log in on your phone and take a screenshot of it, how would you save it to be able to, put it in different areas of design, like your socials or your database, or how does that
That's a
actually
great
work?
question.
Am I too far ahead of
No,
your?
so what you want to do is you will, when you sign into your app, you'll put in your same credentials and it pops up your dashboard in instantaneously in real time. So you can build on canva.com and it's instantly on your app. Did that answer your question?
Well, I think the answer to your question is if you click up top the share button,
Oh, okay, got
it
it.
allows you to save it in lots of different formats.
All
Yeah.
right, perfect. All right, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Okay. What you can also do to the point is go to your share button and click this, and you can copy the link, download however you wish. So you can do PNG, PDF, video, however you need to match any platform. All right. And then once you get your socials hooked up, you then can post it directly to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or anything else. There's your social section right there.
And
Then
we do have another question.
perfect.
How do you change the background color?
Perfect. All right. So use your purple outline and click on the Canva as a whole, because as you can see, it's showing the whole thing. So click that and then go to your automatic populated tool bar and change the color. And if you hover over something, it'll tell you what it's changing. All right. So then you want to make it gray. You just click gray. And what's cool about the AI version of Canva, it'll use the color palettes for the elements you're using. So your background, for example, can match the house or the picture that you have. So if you have an awesome headshot that has, red as your shirt right here, it'll have colors that match red or red. So it will make your picture pop, for example. Okay, so that's how you do that. Hope you saw that. Okay,
I have another
any other
question.
questions?
Yes.
Yep.
If I've got a Merino logo up there, how do I change the color to match it again? I was trying to just need a little
Perfect.
clarification.
All right. So this is where you need to do one of two things. One, know your hex code of Merino and Associates, and I can offline help you do that. But what you want to do is learn what the hex code is, and a hex code is nothing more than just a digital color code. And then from your phone, to get the hex code, upload your Merino and Associates logo, then come to this icon on your phone and drag it over onto the Merino and Associates logo and then release it. When you release it, it'll give you the hex code of Merino and Associates logo.
You have to do that on your phone, or can you do that on the computer as well?
I don't think you can do it from the actual app.
Oh,
That's the cheat code. Again, you can't teach an old dog new tricks all the time. And so that's how it used to be a couple of years ago. So let me see if you can create. That was random. Okay. Um, I don't think there is a way. I will answer that offline, but as I know to be true at this time, you can only color match from your phone if you don't know the hex code. Okay. Because what you're able to do on the app that you can't do here for some reason, there's a little drip icon on your phone and it's like right here. Can y'all see my arrow? It's like right there. And so you click it and drag your finger and pop it onto the the color you're looking to match. And then when you take your finger off your screen, it gives you automatically the hex code. But for whatever reason, you can't do that I have found on the computer. All right. So you and I can do a one-on-one. All right. So moving forward or moving back, I hope the person who wanted a video is still here. So I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. And again, what you want to do is go to the hamburger. And get to the home and then do video. Okay. Now, what's really cool is you're going to choose your type of video. Is it going to be landscape, Instagram, mobile phone, Facebook, etc.? And then you're going to choose. And then you're going to go to design and choose your template. Okay, so let's say you want to do something related to keys. Let me take a step back here. All right, video, keys. All right, that's not working. I think you have to go into it. Oh, okay. When you're here, uh-oh. All right. When you're here on the bottom left, you can click the play button to see if you're going to like this video. That might be a pro feature because it took me into it. All right, we'll just roll with it. So what you do is you're going to pick your video that you want to use. Let's pretend you use this one, and then you're going to hit play so you can see how it looks. As you can see, this is a 7-second video. And it's taking a little longer than it should. And that could be because we're here or I have bad internet service or something. Let's try again. So again, go to the video, search what you're looking for. Let's say you're looking for these. Why is that not working? All right, let's try this dice. All right, let's try it again. Go in here. You're going to highlight an open house. All right, well, this is supposed to work. I'll give it another second here. All right, for some reason it's not working, so I want to just drag it. So as you can see, as I slowly move the video through, it's popping up a background that is moving, and it's a woman opening cabinets. And then as it's going, you see all the information is popping up automatically because of the template. You can build these on your own, but I strongly suggest you just build using the template. All right, so you can get the gist of the video here. Then what you're going to do is, again, just like the still imagery, you're going to change the things you don't want. So if you change out the whole background, you can click it and you can go to, oh, well, first let's delete it. Then go to elements and video. Let's just do a video tour. And it's going to pop up the different options. And for some reason, things have slowed down a little bit. So I do apologize for that technical difficulty. There we go. So just for information purposes, you're going to scroll through, you're going to find something. Let's assume it's this one and click it. It's not working. That's super frustrating. Okay, sorry about that. So for right now, let's assume this is the video you want to use. You're going to take the template and you're going to change the information to personalize it. So you go to really great website, make sure you find the purple outline, double click it and type in your website. Okay. And then you want to change open house to, let's just say, just listed. Then you want to come down here and change the address.
We're about to run out of time too, just to let you know.
Yeah, we're at our limit. People are trying to jump off.
Okay. Are you talking about the Zoom or the class itself?
Both.
Both. Okay. How long do
You're about to get cut off. We might have 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay. I'll rush it.
We're
All
gonna have
right.
to have a follow-up call because everything's so great.
Yeah.
All right, we can do that. All right, so what you're going to do is change the information, and then what you're going to do is you're going to share and then download the video onto your computer or your phone, and then you can then pop it up onto any social media platform that you can. All right. I'm going to tap something in for those that are dedicated and want to stick around. I'm going to tap in a different website. I mean, excuse me, a different Zoom link. And if everyone wants to hop off here and hop onto that, we can stick around for those that do want to stay. So let me stop screen. Let me go to my chats. All right. I just popped in the new Zoom. So let's take a 2-minute break. Let's sign off and sign on to what I just populated into the chats. Is that
Hold on.
fair?
I don't see it in the chat.
It's not in the chats.
I think you might have messaged somebody. Click everyone.
Oh, good point. Okay.
I've done that tons of times.
Me too.
Everyone. All right. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Can everyone see it?
Yes.
All right. Copy and paste that link or just click it. The password to get in is friends3743637. I hope to see y'all over there. I'll stay on here just for a minute so y'all can go ahead and start clicking this so it doesn't go away. Yep. All right. People are going over there, I hope.
Thank you, Blake.
You're
You're
welcome.
Thank you,
All
Ray.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. And if you are leaving for good, thank you so much for your time. We'll follow up with you because we have a little roster of who's here. But if you are going to go to part 2, go ahead and click on that Zoom link I just populated into the chat. And then Ellen, if you can go ahead and go over there, that would be helpful. And then Rick, if you can stick around on this platform for
Yeah,
just a
just
moment,
heard.
Okay.
No problem.
right? That would be great. And
All right.
thank you for dealing well with ambiguity.
Thank you for everything. All right. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to the other. All right, guys.